Hello everybody, Joey Led's dipping back here for another dip review. Over a week late. I have no justification, so right now I'm just gonna say sorry. I've just been lazy as shit. I gotta get back on track, I know. Again, no justification. I'm not even gonna try to justify it. I've just been lazy, I'm sorry. Still have those very special things planned, and I guess to some this will be special because it is my #1 requested dip review, guys. #1 by far, because I have not reviewed this stuff since 2011, back before I was big, back when I was still starting out, and I was pretty small, so a lot of people either haven't seen that review, or just don't know about that review, or want an updated version, but this, Grizzly Wintergreen, is my #1 requested dip, so let's get to it. I guess this is a good time to whore out my social media, but by massive request, I made a Vine. Joey Led's Vine in '94, kind of corny, I know. I made the account a while ago, never did anything with it. I'm now posting shit there. Please follow me on Vine if you want to see stuff like this.
Hello, I'm Joey Led's dipping from YouTube.
I just made this Vine because hey!
Let me make it clear, I really don't like Vine. I hate Vines. Like, I don't find Vines funny, but I like posting my own. So, you'll fucking get that. Also, you notice this? My camera used to lag if the lighting wasn't like perfect, and it doesn't anymore. Ever since I updated my audio drivers, so that's why I'm able to make a video right now at 7:15 in the morning, where I can see outside, but the sun's not fully up. So I'm happy about that. So I don't have to wait. Like, a lot of times at this time I'd stay up all night, and I'm like, I want to record a review, but if I record it, it'll lag. Now I don't have to worry about that. I've just been up all night talking to my friend Britton. You know him from the Skull Extra Mint review. He went to bed, so here I am. But yes, Grizz Green. Let's take a look at the presentation. I've always said that I preferred the way Grizzly looked in the plastic cans. I still stand by that with this, but there are a few exceptions. The Grizzly Dark tins are beautiful. But these tins, man, Grizzly outdid themselves with the camo cans this year, in my opinion. I don't like the Grizzly design, but I love these camo cans. Copenhagen one too. I got this when I was down in Kentucky, actually. The one with the deer on it. I didn't like last year's camo cans. I didn't. Copenhagen's was too cartoony and goofy looking, and then Grizzly's, I don't know, I just thought it looked like shit, but they outdid themselves with these cans. So this can's beautiful. This one's okay. Shut up about cans, Joe! Review the dip! I'll review the dip! Hold on! Always rushing me, I hate it. Oh, you know Grizzly, them good old American snuff tins. Very thick metal lid, very thick plastic bottom. This is the best Grizzly date I've ever gotten in my life. Ever. Because first of all, it takes a long time for Grizzly to go bad, so it really don't matter. But this is M4. That means this tin was made just last month. Even for a lot of places, that is hard to come by. But yeah, M4, and if you don't know how to do that, it'll be the last two things right here. See, it says M4. It's the last two, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, the last two characters, maybe? The month goes A through M. A being January, B being February, C is March, D is April, so on and so forth. You skip the I because it looks like a 1, so that's why it's A through M instead of A through L. And then the number at the very end obviously signifies a year. So this was made just last month. That's really good for Grizzly, especially around here. It's the freshest Grizzly tin I've ever got, ever since I started dipping. And I've been dipping for 5 years, about, maybe 4, you know, regularly. But, yeah, so, let's get into it. I've rambled so much. Holy fuck! I'm sleep deprived as shit, can't you tell?
But a lot of people seem to love the videos where I'm sleep deprived, so I'm okay with that.
If you're ever wondering why I don't wear a backwards hat, that's why. Now let's move on to the actual review before you crucify me. So, it's an uncracked can. I made sure, because I know you guys love when it's an uncracked can. So, yeah, let's go. And also, this is proof that I can do the Grizzly lid thing, because a lot of people can't. It's not that hard. Instead of just kind of doing it like this along the crease, you have to take your index finger and your thumb and almost pop that open like that, and then, takes practice. Regardless how it looks on video, this shit is moist as fuck. As Grizzly, you know, it's a little sunken down. That's just kind of a signature thing, but it is wet as shit. wettest Grizzly I've ever seen. And Grizzly's usually pretty wet, depending on the flavor. Let's take a whiff of the apparently most artificial dip out there. A lot of people hate the smell of this stuff. Let's take a whiff. You know, ever since I did the fine cut wintergreen when I was in Kentucky, the review I did with Jordan, the bluegrass dipper, you know, it almost seems like they mellowed it down. Now, I'm pretty sure they didn't, but I think when I had that fine cut wintergreen, it almost kind of made me... I don't know. It almost smells sweeter now. It has like a sweet thing going on, kind of like Cope, but, you know, it has that artificial thing. But I don't think it's as punchy in the face as it used to be. So either the dip changed or my senses changed. I probably changed because my opinion's always fucking changing on dip. See how many times I've reviewed Cope Southern Come on now. Definitely smell the wintergreen. Definitely smell some artificialness, but it's not terrible. So let's get on with it and pack a lip. If you're still watching, some people probably aren't anymore. Pack a lip with me or I'll kick your ass with it! Yeah. Let's go. We're gonna get a decent pinch of Grizzly Green here. Not a bad little pinch, huh? Yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, cheers, guys. Took a little bit. Okay, so it only took a millennia, but the lip's in. And, pretty good one. Pinchability's iffy. Sometimes you'll grab a pinch and it'll fall apart. Sometimes it won't. This lip was so big that it didn't in the least. So pinchability, it can be not so great. But, you know, if you take a big lip like I do, it should pack together fine. Now let's move on to the flavor. I'm not even going to lie. I have no fucking idea what I said about Grizzly Green in my old review because I've done too many reviews to remember everything I've said. I really have. So I don't know what I said in that review, but all I'm going to say is for a long time, I really hated this stuff. I really hated it. But I got to tell you, I think what the deal is that I never dipped it a lot, but now I have, and I think it's an acquired taste. Because I used to always say, I don't like Grizzly Green, but I could see why some people would like it. And I think that the artificial flavor and everything has grown on me. And now that I've been dipping it more lately, it just doesn't seem artificial. Now, either they changed it, very unlikely, or my tastes have changed. But it's definitely a wintergreen. There's definitely a bit of artificialness, but it tastes a lot sweeter to me than it used to, and it's not as punchy in the face. I actually like the flavor of this stuff a lot. And about a month ago, you wouldn't have heard me say that. Well, 2 months. Yeah, we'll go with 2 months. Comparison. Well, obviously you have Grizzly Wide Cut, which to me tastes identical. I don't care what anyone says. I think it tastes identical. Grizzly Dark Wintergreen, which has its similarities and differences, but I'm trying to go with something non-Grizzly, and if I'm going to, I'm going to say Kodiak, because if you taste Kodiak, what it basically is a watered-down Grizzly Wintergreen, to me. They're both made by American Snuff, so it makes sense that they taste similar. I'm going to compare it to Kodiak. Just bolder, a little sweeter, and obviously a little more artificial. The cut on Grizz Green. The Grizz cut is something either you love or hate. It's not really a full long cut. It's a little bit shorter than, for example, Cope Wintergreen. I think it's not a mid cut either, though. It's still a long cut, so it's got a decent cut on it. Signature Grizzly cut. I'm sorry, I have a runny nose this morning. If I keep doing that, I apologize. Packability is another iffy thing with Grizz Green. You can get floaters. Definitely. Grizz Green is kind of known for giving you some floaters. Now, it's not as bad as some other dips out there, but you will get a few floaters. Prepare for that. As someone who packs it really far in the back now, I pretty much pack it where you'd pack a chew, because the gums are smoother there. If your gums up here are ever fucked and it's so painful you can't dip, don't be doing upper deckers. Move it back. The gums are much smoother back here, and I never get gator lip. I can dip through can after can of this stuff, and nothing happens. Word of advice for you. I learned it from Cajun Tiger. It only took me like 4 years to start doing it, though. Oh yeah, see, like, in the way back, it likes to drift off a little bit, but it's not terrible. You get used to it. But it can be inconvenient, so perhaps Grizzly should work on that. For the texture, Grizzly has a very unique texture to me. it's in between a high quality dip and a cheaper dip. Now, cheaper dips typically have a more waxy kind of cheap fake texture to them, where dips like Copenhagen, you know, it feels like real tobacco. It feels like you're getting the real deal. This is kind of in the middle. It's called the Welfare Bear. Not here, it ain't. $4 to $8 for a tin. But, you know, not trying to, like, we have a lot of money, so I don't fucking care about the prices anymore. My older videos, I used to complain about them, and I don't give a shit now. Yeah, the texture's a little waxy, but it's not as bad as, like, Kayak or Longhorn or any of them, so the texture's not too bad. Maybe if you're trying it for the first time, it might take some getting used to, but once you do, it really don't bother you anymore. It don't bother me. Burn is a huge thing with this dip. If you pack up here, it's not going to take long before this stuff starts burning like shit. It just does. Because it's so artificial. I mean, we have 70% American tobacco and 30% Brazilian tobacco. And a lot of people get a real burn from this stuff. I used to, but now that I pack back here, I don't anymore. But unless you pack back here, which I don't see a lot of people do, it will tear your fucking gums up. Nicotine. Oh boy. Grizzly Wintergreen of the American dips has the most foreign tobacco. Foreign tobacco is generally higher in nicotine levels. So Grizz Green has been dubbed the highest nicotine dip out there. At least American dip. You have like Afghanistan dip, which has like opiates and shit in it. That doesn't count. In America, this is the strongest nicotine dip, and for a long time in my videos I said the only two dips that make me buzz now are Cope Snuff if I pack a big enough lip, and Grizz Green. And I just don't get a buzz anymore. I have a big lip in. I don't get a buzz, but if you don't have a tolerance, if you're like a beginner and you get this shit, you might have a tough time. Be careful. Don't get this to begin with. I know some people out there like, oh, I did. I took a hogger and it didn't matter. For future reference, I wouldn't. But, so yeah, you'll probably buzz. I don't, though, because my nicotine intake is ridiculous. For the spit, this stuff's usually really wet, but goddamn is this can ever. Dark spit and a lot of spit. You spit pretty dark with this stuff. Like I said, this is especially moist because the date, but even so, regularly, it's pretty wet. A lot of spit. Lastability. Some people say this stuff doesn't last that long. I say bullshit. This stuff can last a while. If you pack a big lip, or at least a decent lip, this stuff keeps juicing up. It doesn't lose flavor fast to me. To me, it lasts long. I could keep this lip in for probably at least an hour. Aftertaste used to bug the shit out of me with this dip. Essentially, when you take it out, it just leaves an artificial taste left in your mouth. For most people, this will taste like ass. For me, I've gotten used to it. But, you know, in general, it's not the most pleasant aftertaste. Might want to drink something with it when you take it out. I don't know, something. It's not unpleasant to me, but it probably will be to people who don't like the more artificial dips. Which I generally don't, but... And shoutouts. Alrighty, so let's see what we got here. I've been really stocking up on the shoutouts here. For reasons you'll find out. If you've asked me for a shoutout, you're on the list, but it's going to take me a while to get through all of them. We're going to do a few today. Obviously the regulars, Metal Arc Dipper 99, Jared, formerly Tennessee Dipper. Go over there, subscribe. Eric Dips, the Bluegrass Dipper, Rocky Top Dipper, and then today's rotators. We'll do 3. We'll do Fat Zach Dips, Nick Bauman, and Backroads Dippers. Fat Zach has been around for about a week now, and he's already at like 80 or plus subscribers. I haven't checked in a day or two. He's doing really well. So be sure to stop by there. I've talked to him on Skype, and he's a pretty chill dude, so check him out. He also bears an extreme resemblance to my friend Toner, so that's pretty cool too. We are up to 26,637 subscribers. Holy shit, it's ridiculous. I mean, we're getting like 100 a day, guys. It's like nuts. That's why I had to stop doing every single K and switch to every 5K. Because they just keep coming, and I just want to say thank you, and I love you all. Keep dipping and spitting, keep cracking and packing. And now, the moment of truth, what you've been waiting for a long time, the rating of good old Grizzly Wintergreen. When I was a fairly new beginner, I thought it was okay, and then for a few years, I hated it. So what do I think of it now? It's a pretty good wintergreen to me. It's not the best dip out there. I'm on a kick with it now. I guarantee that's not going to last. But for right now, at this very given moment, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's, you know, I mean, odds are you probably tried it. It's one of the best-selling and most common dips out there. But if you haven't, I recommend it if you're not, like, new to dipping. If you've been dipping for a couple months, then try it and see what you think. But yeah, so I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Would I dip it again? Yes, and I will dip it again, most likely. Anyways, like this video if you like this video. Follow me on Instagram, Joey Leds, all that good stuff. But anyways, that's been the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.